What's up, homie? Genuwine.
Also, nobody says faux shiz, faux shiz. Who says it? Like, no one I can't think of one human that would ever let that come out of their mouth, like, naturally.
No, even when it was like the beginning of the faux shiz movement, nobody would have said faux shiz, faux shiz.
Right, you do one faux shiz. You don't need a double.
Plus, it means for sure.
Right. So that's not a for sure moment.
Contextually, no.
But also, I was thinking about the fact, like, I'm bringing it back to Britney. So she's writing it, or she's writing it with a ghostwriter, right? She's sitting there. Like, she used those words. Like, okay, so he walked up and what did he say? Was Britney like, oh, I think he said this?
No, that part, like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a ghostwriter, right? But, like, as there is in all these books.
Right.
That sounds like it came right from the mouth of Miss Spears. Like,
Okay.
that's her memory going like, this is what that dude said.
Oh, yeah.
Faux shiz.
Genuine.
Because you never...
So satisfying.
I hit record on the audio, but not the video.
Oh,
now
God.
we're recording on the audio,
Nice.
which is so in the video, which is so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
Welcome again.
Yeah. Thank you. It's great to see you.
Sam Roberts.
Yes. I'm Nicole Ryan.
Yeah, and here we are with the Satisfying Podcast. You were just telling me that you're okay.
I'm okay. I'm not great. I'm a little stressed.
Mm-hmm.
But after I see your face, it just all melts away.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I was going to tell you again, this might go back to our conversation about you doing too much, but since literally this week, I've had multiple people come up to me in my life going, hey, do you need to slow down?
For real?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because I had a friend who had 3 people call her in her office and go, mental health check, because she just slowly looked like she was about to have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, you wonder when people go, because I thought things were going pretty good.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, no, just checking in. Or like my wife will be like, oh, no, yeah, she's worried about you too. I'm like, what do you mean? For what? Everything's like, great. You know, and she's not just looking at me going, man, look at him living the life of Riley.
Right.
Just crushing it.
I mean, you're a thug. Nothing.
It must have been a different person. It's either, depending on who you ask, like, oh, I saw him. He was rather thuggish. And everybody else is like, we should check on him.
Yeah, nothing
Does he
could shake
need
that
help?
thug life. You're right.
I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right. Everything is all right. Actually, I'm always looking at new ways of dealing with issues. You know? And I'm pretty good at blowing things off.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. You are actually way better. That's something I need to work on.
Yeah. Like what we were talking about like weeks ago. I don't hold grudges.
No.
I forget. I don't care.
I care.
You love grudges.
A lot.
Yeah. You're a passionate person.
I am.
Me, I've given up.
Yeah.
It's over. But so like scammers, the only time I've gotten really upset with a scammer is when they got my wife.
Oh, yeah.
And they were trying to keep it going, and I had to get on the phone with them and go, I know what you're doing.
And don't mess with your wife.
No. I felt like, it actually felt great, because when I got on the phone with the scammer, I felt like I was Liam Neeson in Taken.
I will find you.
That's it.
And I will kill you.
Okay, we'll issue the refund.
and that it happened that easy. And I remember you were telling me, and I was like, I don't buy that's how it worked, that it was that easy to just say that. And they were like, okay, here's your money.
You got to talk to him like Liam Neeson.
Right.
I want you to know that I have a certain set of skills.
Yes.
And I will find you. And I will kill you.
But you didn't actually say that.
No, but
it would be so much cooler if you did.
no, but the feeling was there.
Yeah.
Because I love that movie.
It's so good.
It's the greatest.
I mean, those 2 lines. I will find you and I will kill you. It's just
because it's like
legendary.
That man believes it.
Yeah.
He's 100% in his being is like, oh yeah, no, he's gonna like. Here's the thing.
Yeah. Not just saying it.
Either you do this, you return my daughter now,
right?
Or
it's over.
Even if you return her later, I'm still gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And he's like, sure of it.
You're gone.
I've never been that sure of anything in my life.
Me neither.
I'm pretty sure things will go well.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's always like, even if you're like almost 100%, it's always just like 99.5, but there's that 0.5% that might fuck you.
Yeah. I'll find you.
Yeah.
And I'll kill you unless you get the better of me.
Right.
Which can happen.
Right.
Who's to say?
It could.
But so then I saw the way somebody else handled it, right? Like
okay.
I got this, you get these emails.
Yeah.
And it says it's from a real estate broker or this is your insurance agent or whatever.
Right.
click this link. Good
No.
news.
Don't click the link.
Don't click the link, right? And I go, whatever, delete, move on. It's like when you get those group texts that are like, hey, you need to send us your Netflix password.
Do you know how many times I've clicked and sent the password?
No.
Like so many times.
You do?
One time I thought I was getting like a gift card. I was like on the air, and I was like, they were like, "What are you doing? You're not paying attention." I was like, "I'm getting a $500 gift card to Macy's." They were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm giving them my social security card number." They were like, "What are you doing?"
You get tricked?
I like a few times. I'm always weary, but like I'm like, what if it's not a trick? That's my thing. It's always the what if it's not a trick, and it's a missed opportunity.
To get a $500 Macy's
That's
card?
awesome. Who doesn't want to go shopping with $500?
At Macy's?
Who
You could buy
cares?
the whole company.
I don't know. I just like free shit, man.
No,
Like,
I get it. My dad called me once. He's like, because he doesn't like losing. He likes
right,
winning.
Right.
Sam, I need you to come over.
Okay.
What's up, Dad? What's going on? He goes, well, I got this pop-up on my web browser, and it said, click here for discounts on shipping. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and now I can't do anything without pop-ups. And I go, did you click it? Yeah, I did.
Who doesn't want free shipping?
I had to go, delete, reinstall, like check everything.
Great son.
But because he wanted the free shipping. And I'm like, it's never
never
going to
free.
be.
No.
What if it was? It's not.
It's not, but that's what I do. I did also call Matt once, and I was like, they're saying we could get this cool cooler if I just do this. And he was like, oh, we don't need a cooler. Like, we don't need the cooler. It was like summer.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
You go, well, what's the best case scenario here?
Right.
Oh, I get a cool cooler.
It was sick.
But you don't need it.
I do need it.
What's the risk reward?
Oh,
I'm very good with risk reward ratio.
I clearly am not.
Immediately in my head, I go, I mean, if it goes wrong,
Right.
they steal my identity.
Right.
If it goes right, I get a cooler.
Do you know what's funny though? My identity's never been stolen. Matt's has multiple times. My husband has
Multiple
multiple times. And,
you get your identity
he's
stolen?
never clicked the thing. It's only me.
Multiple
Like,
times.
yeah, well, I think once it happens, then I think it's easier for it to happen more often. So
You're
yeah.
in the databases.
Yeah.
Here, if anybody
Yeah.
wants an identity.
Yeah.
You're kidding me again?
No.
So I get this, I went in yesterday. Can you tell my beard's a little tidier than usual?
Yeah, you look great.
Okay, but I had to go to a new barber.
Why?
Because I hadn't been back to I don't like to go to the barber.
Why?
You have to sit in the chair. It takes like a half hour. It's like, I like to try to do it myself.
Is this like a fancy one where they lay you down and they're using like a blade?
No, it's not that fancy.
You know what I'm talking about?
100%.
Like a knife?
100%. But I get bumps on my neck, so you can't use the blade anyway. Like, it's a whole thing. So,
You have sensitive skin?
but I do. And a sensitive soul.
You do.
But I finally found the barber that I like. And I've been going to him.
Nice.
But I also don't like making appointments. I like to walk in.
So there he is.
Yeah, my guy.
My guy, sit on down. Doesn't matter if there's 14 people waiting. You're in.
He goes like this. I got you.
You like that?
It's a good feeling.
Okay, it is.
And I walked into my barber shop, and there's the guy who owns it, and there's the manager.
Right.
Right? His employee, I always got my haircut from the manager. Let's call him, Fred.
Okay.
And I go, so I walk in the barber shop, and it's one of those two that has real shady hours.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's just not open.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just a guy, right?
Okay,
He
so-
just runs the store. He posts hours.
If he's got a thing to do, he's got a thing to do.
They don't mean anything.
Sorry.
Like sometimes he gets there, sometimes he
Yeah.
doesn't. So I went in and I go, hey man, is Fred here? And he goes, and there's a guy in the chair. He's got shaving cream all over
Nice.
his face. He's leaned back like this. His eyes are shut. And in the middle of this, he's like, nah, man, Fred's not going to be in anymore. He's not going to be here anymore. I go, oh, that's too bad. He goes, yeah, man, he really did some real fucked up shit. I go,
Talking shit about Fred?
I go, what do you mean? He goes, man, I had to report fraud. He was taking
no.
out loans in my name.
Oh.
He was doing he was stealing his, and he's going on and on. The guy's just sitting there in the chair as he's holding the razor going, yeah, Fred was taking out loans in my
Shave
name.
my face,
He was
dude.
stealing. And I go, that's too bad, man. He was here for a while. He's like, it's 2 years. I was real good to him. And he's going on and on. And I go, it's too bad that happened to you, man. I'm really sorry about that. He goes, yeah, well, it's all good now. I go, okay. all right, man, I'll see you later. I just left.
Because like it was like it's not Fred.
Well,
I don't want this guy.
He's not my guy.
Oh no! Did the
And-
guy say, "Wait, I got you"?
No, he was like, all right, see you later. I was like, and I went to another spot, but I was like, just.
But why did you not even like think about giving him a shot?
I mean, maybe I will later, but there's already a guy in the chair.
Right. So you're not. It's not like I got you.
I don't want to sit around. He's not an I got you guy. Maybe we'll establish a relationship later. Yeah, I'm not against it, but it's just in that moment.
Okay.
Plus, we'd already had the conversation, so I didn't want to go like, oh, now I'll just sit in your store for a while. We'll continue to talk about Fred for the next half hour while I'm waiting.
Right.
Like, let me get out of here.
You don't care that much. You feel bad for the guy, but you don't need to like.
And a part of me was like, well, I always paid in cash, so it's like, this doesn't really affect Fred as a barber.
Right. He's still a great barber.
He's kind of a felon.
But whatevs.
He commits fraud. That doesn't mean he can't cut a beard.
So you're going to be search for, I mean, what if Fred is like operating out of his apartment? Would you do it there?
Well, that's what when I turn around to leave, I was like, I guess it wouldn't be appropriate to ask if Fred had like forwarding contact or if he was going to.
Yeah.
Also, if he's stealing this guy's identity,
right,
he's definitely just going to get a job at another store. He's just going to go to another barbershop, maybe try to steal that guy's identity. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a repeat offender.
Right.
He did it for 2 years.
Right.
He knows how to do it. And if he can get off and he doesn't actually get put in jail, because if the guy was like trying to get him for fraud, I'm sure he's actively trying to get him in jail.
Plus, he's like, well, I've had this gig for 2 years and I'm holding it down. Let me try to steal this guy's identity real quick. Like you would think.
Yeah.
You would think he'd be like, let me not.
So this is a new guy that just did this
right. So
this
then
piece of art.
I just went to another store.
And are you feeling it?
I mean,
or are you not married to it yet?
It's fine. It was weird because like it took forever.
Okay.
It doesn't look terribly different. Like,
but do you want it to look fair? Like, don't you want it to look?
When I was there were 3 different moments where he put a towel on my face. And
did it feel good?
Yeah, but it was a whole process. It didn't feel that different. And then I was expecting it to be like, whatever, $65 maybe, because it was with all the towels and everything.
How much was it?
$17.
I mean, you can't beat that.
Right, but I was almost like,
too good to be true.
Like I was looking at the guy going like, there are better uses of your time.
Yeah.
Like I've been here for a while.
But don't tell him that he should be charging more.
No.
Okay, don't say that.
No, I gave him a $5 tip.
Okay, look at that.
$22.
You're out $22.
Big deal.
So what are you going to do with the rest of the money that you planned on giving to him? You can give it to me.
I was going to give it to you. Actually, I was thinking about giving it to you. But I say all this to say that I found a new way to deal with a scammer here. Because I get one of these emails.
Yeah.
That's got all these email addresses on it. And it's like, hey, click this link because I don't even remember. I screenshotted it. I don't remember what the original email was because I just deleted it. And I was like, obviously not, right? There's 400 people on this email. Like, I don't know. Like, this isn't a thing. I'm just going to go about my day. And then I got a reply on it. A reply all. And I was like, oh, my God.
Dear.
And I opened it.
What does it say?
And it says, scam.
Oh.
This guy's alerting. This guy, his name's Justin.
Justin?
He was alerting us.
That?
This is a scam. As if we all didn't know.
That's so sweet of him.
Yeah. Scam. No one respond to this guy's message or call that number.
Oh.
I was like, I wasn't going to.
Okay.
The guy even CC'd the email to 439 people.
Oh.
I pray you repent of your wicked ways and do good. Tyler Green. I guess that's who it was from.
Tyler.
And then he writes, God is watching you.
Wow.
Exclamation.
This guy does not mess around.
No. And I feel like if I was a scammer and I got that message, I'd probably be like, let me not for a while. Because probably not. God is probably not watching.
No.
But if he is,
I'm screwed.
Yeah, it's bad.
So how many people are on that?
400.
400 people are on that. And he replied all to that and said that?
It says here, this and 401 more. So 400 and change people.
I'm hoping not everyone wrote reply all because there's nothing more annoying when people do that.
Got a message from Justin going like, don't worry, guys. Like, we're building an army here to let this guy know we know. We all knew it was a scam.
We knew. We did not need your response.
We forgot it ever happened.
So I got a weird response when I was on a group text because one of Matt's best friends from college passed away. Or no, sorry. That is the wrong information. His father passed away. As you'll see, this is something that I do often. So one of his best friend's fathers passed away. So I get a text message from his wife alerting all of us on a group text. Brian's dad passed away this morning, blah, blah, blah. Just if you wanted to drop him a note, we'll let you know. And there was a lot of people on the text message. So I looked at it quickly and I called Matt to be like, I didn't know if he was on it. I was like, oh my God, can you believe this? Now, Matt has 3 friends from college named Brian. 3 of his best friends from college are named Brian.
Your husband does strike me as a guy that would be friends with
a lot of Brians.
3 dudes named Brian.
Right?
Like they might as well be named Chad.
So on brand for Matt. Yeah. So I go, let's see, I'm not going to use the real last name. I said, oh my God, Brian Miller's dad died. Did you? He goes, what? What? And he's like all choked up. He's getting upset. He was like, are you serious? Because Matt knew Brian Miller's dad like pretty well. And I'm like, so you want to give him a call? I guess he wasn't on the text. So he's like, all right, I'm going to call him right now. So he gets, and I'm just like,
I already know.
Oh God. Look back on the text to write back. And it is not Brian Miller's dad. It is Brian Jones's dad. It's a completely wrong death. I told him the wrong dude died, which is not something you want to do.
No.
So I call him back immediately once I realize it. And we're like on the air. I'm like working. And like, what are you doing? I'm like, this cannot wait. I'm like, Matt, Brian Miller's dad didn't die. It was Brian Jones's dad. Mr. Jones died. And he was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, I sent him
I'm dealing with so much right now.
Who's dead?
Yeah.
He's freaking out.
Did he call Brian Miller?
Thank God. He was it was like 3 minutes. He was about to do it. He was finishing up something. I'm about to call Brian Miller. Oh. So he hadn't. So then I'm like, okay, thank God. I get off, I'm like, he's like, you're an asshole. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm bad. Like, that's a bet.
I thought Mr. Miller was dead.
No, it was Mr. Jones.
God bless Mr. Jones,
yeah.
but I didn't have the same relationship.
I wasn't as invested. So then
I wouldn't have been welling up like this.
People are texting, I'm so sorry. Keep your family in my prayers. Then we get a text from a number that nobody knows, and it says, I'm so sorry for your loss, but I believe you have the wrong number. I want to be sure you're not missing anyone in this communication, so I thought I'd let you know. And then they left the conversation. It says this number. Now what a good person, but also, don't you just leave the conversation and don't write anything?
I mean, I get.
And that was who my friend thought was Matt. That's when Matt didn't get the information because she texted some random number.
It was the old or a wrong number.
Yes.
I mean, a group text death announcement is odd to begin with.
Yes.
It's not the most personal thing in the world.
No. But it's kind of like, listen, it's like, I'm the wife. I have to let everyone know so then you can reach out to
Okay,
Brian.
the wife. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. But just like we don't need you to write this is a scam, we don't need you to tell us that this is the wrong number.
Right, because it's almost like, no matter how you phrase it, not only is that dude dead, but you're dumb.
Correct.
Right.
Like the fact that I had to call back and be like, no, it wasn't him. Wrong dude.
Right.
Like,
right. Hey, Dick, wrong number. Anyway, rest in peace.
Let me remove myself from here.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that maybe there is something to the fact that you should not be so reactive?
Yeah, but I know I am. It's something I'm working on.
Are you working on it, or are you just like, I know I am, and that's enough. I'm just going to keep doing it and tell people that I know I am.
I know I am, and I'm not going to work on it at all. I have no intention. I mean, I just, on my way here, something happened, and I literally was reactive, freaked out.
Right.
And when people are like, you know what, just take a beat. I am not the take a beat type of girl.
All I do is
angry email, freak out, respond immediately. I never just sit with it for a moment, and it's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, all I do is take beats. Like, you can't bring beats around me because I'm going to take all of them for myself.
You are the beat man.
I'm the beat master.
Yes, you are the beat master.
I just take beats.
You beat it.
Exactly. Oof. Because it's happened so many. Okay. Because I don't like getting fooled twice.
No.
At all.
Wait, what's the saying? Fool me once.
Shame on me. Fool me twice. Can't fool me again.
Okay. That's not the actual saying.
I think that's the actual saying.
The president just said that wrong. It was like,
he's the president. He's not going to say it wrong.
He was the president.
I don't think George W. Bush is going to misquote.
Okay. Oh, so he must know. We just have to trust him blindly.
I mean,
fool me once.
Right. We look at Theodore Roosevelt's
Yeah.
writings as something like, oh, man, John Cena has a Theodore Roosevelt quote on a pocket watch that he carries with him of all times.
Big Teddy fan.
For me, it's W.
Okay.
I have a pocket watch and it says, fool me twice, can't fool me again.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I got another pocket watch that says a big fucking deal, Joe Biden.
Okay.
It says, come on, man.
So I have one that says I'm the beat master.
And then one that says I'm the beat master. Because I need all the beats.
Yeah.
Because, like, one time, somebody goes, this is when I was doing, like, the after O&A.
Okay.
and they go, I heard so-and-so's getting a show on the channel. I go, what do you mean? I heard so-and-so's getting a show. And it's going to be on like one of the days that your show's on.
I'd freak out. I'd text everybody. I'd email everybody, and I'd go to the boss and scream at him.
Right.
Immediately. No beats taken.
Right. So at that point, I reacted just a little bit to it. Right.
Okay.
And one of the executives the next day comes up to me and he's like, Sam, what are you worried about?
Right.
I go, well, I heard this was happening. And he's like, that guy was cutting promos for a show that he's doing on a different channel. This isn't even, this whole thing was made up. It was never a thing. And I go,
Never again.
I will never. I feel like a fool.
Yeah.
I feel like a fool. A reactive
Yes.
fool. Never again. And from that point on, it's like, let's just see how it plays out.
No.
Let me react to it when it's happening.
That's just another day for me. I'm a reactive fool all day, every day. It's what I do. It's who I am.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I know it's a problem. And I actively try sometimes to calm myself down. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm taking deep breaths. It's not doing shit. Let me react.
Like the fact that that was happening while you were doing morning mashup
Yeah.
is the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you're doing too many. You can't
Right.
do one thing at a time. Everybody who multitasks is
Yeah.
like, no, this is great.
No.
I get so much done. You get nothing
You
done.
can't do a live national radio show while calling your husband and letting him know that one of his best friend's fathers died.
When they're not dead.
When they're
They're
not
alive.
dead. They're alive and well. Doing great, actually.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're just retired and feeling good.
But hopefully Matt now values that person
A little more, right.
A little bit.
'Cause they're still
more.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Beatmaster.
I'm big on taking beats.
Yeah.
Just grabbing beats, taking beats,
Gotta.
throwing beats, cutting beats,
Gotta do it.
doing the whole thing. Beatboxing.
Oh, are you a big beatboxer?
Big beatboxer. You know who was a big beatboxer?
Who?
Did you? Justin Timberlake.
Oh my God. Is there anything better than this?
It's the greatest. So like,
A piece of audio of all time, maybe.
yeah, everybody was like, when Britney Spears' book came out, and she was like,
Shut up. Stop talking shit about Justin.
it's like, how about this? Britney Spears is an icon who doesn't get the credit that she deserves.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something. When it goes Team Justin or Team Britney,
Your team, Britney?
like by a mile.
Wow. Okay.
Justin Timberlake has been swimming in praise
Yeah.
the entire time.
Well, she was like tied up and caged.
And meanwhile, Britney Spears is living in a cage.
right.
Janet Jackson is completely canceled from the planet because
okay.
Justin Timberlake ripped out her titty.
It was a great titty.
And it's the best. One of the best.
Fabulous titty.
It was a Jackson titty.
It
okay?
really was, yeah.
All
I
right?
didn't even think about that.
Right?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, it's like, oh, poor Justin Timberlake was just there, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Then why'd he rip that piece
that
of her shirt
the-
off?
I mean, it looked like it was like Velcro, like it was
Right.
meant to come down.
And what did he say right as he was ripping it off?
Oh, I don't remember.
Have you naked by the end of this song.
Oh yeah, it was planned. Sorry, I forgot that was the song.
Meanwhile, he gets invited back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Takes a selfie with some plant.
Right?
And they're like, oh, just a random kid at the Super Bowl.
Oh my
no,
God.
not a random kid.
not a
Plant.
random kid.
Plant.
I remember how excited I was for that kid too, and then I felt duped because I'm always duped.
Of course, it's clearly fake.
It was so good though. In that moment, didn't
Plant.
it make?
No,
Okay.
in the moment.
I felt so
said,
good for him.
You're not going to work me, okay?
Immediately, you said that's a plan.
Immediately.
Stop.
Immediately.
I think it's a it immediately, but what else?
Immediately. UH immediately.
Oh.
No, I have not been watching wrestling
Okay, you've been
for 35 years.
to ever get duped in any situation.
To
really?
get worked by the Super Bowl halftime show, it's not going to happen.
No.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everywhere.
All over the
Okay?
place.
No. So I love that Britney is finally getting a moment to be like, no, he's kind of a douche.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have been calling me crazy for years.
Yeah, but I feel like
And I am dancing with knives on
I
Instagram.
am. Whatever. You
Whatever.
can superimpose me dancing with those knives wherever you'd like.
Wherever.
It might work.
It's a good meme.
I don't know. I think any celebrities probably has, because this industry is so insane, crazy stories that almost every celebrity could probably write a book like hers, like things that we don't know.
Especially young female
Correct.
pop stars.
Correct.
Because they get put through the ringer, man.
Yeah. And also, I remember thinking about the fact that the audiobook was going to come out, and I've interviewed Britney before.
You
and
have?
Yeah.
Was she an angel
It was not
from
good.
heaven?
It was not good.
Would she have a lot of people around her
She was,
controlling her?
yeah, and
Yeah.
it felt like she didn't really. We had her do liners. It felt like I was like, does she know how to read? Which I know she knows how to read, but it just felt very like she was
She was controlled. She
controlled.
was not in control. She was controlled.
controlled. And I just was like, there's no way she's doing the audiobook. There's gonna be someone else that has to read it for her. There's no way that this woman can do this.
And who could it be?
Charlotte Williams, I guess.
Icon Michelle Williams.
Icon.
Icon. Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams.
Great show.
Come on. Look at the way Dawson's Creek panned out. There was, right? Katie
Right.
Holmes and Michelle Williams were the two on Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, the two main, and then there was Pacey,
That's a boy.
Joshua Jackson.
That's a boy.
Oh, sorry. There was other icons, and then who was Dawson was
Well, the Dawson,
Vanderbeek. James
Vanderbeek is the shit.
He is the shit.
He rules.
He's a great follow on Insta.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I'm one of the top James Vanderbeek
Where
guys.
is this coming from? I never knew you had such love for James Vanderbeek.
He was
he
in
has
a-
like 15 kids, by the way.
And he should.
Yeah, just keep procreating.
Absolutely. If anybody should make more children, it's the Dawson.
What is this love for James Vanderbeek / Dawson?
He was in a movie called The Rules of Attraction.
Oh my gosh, it was
And
so good.
It's
Yes.
among my favorite movies of all time. That movie was only in theaters for like 3 weeks.
Understandably so.
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Stop it.
I thought, like, I saw it once
He was
and
great.
went, oh my God, this might be the best movie I've ever seen.
I mean, it's pretty good, but also his crying meme is one of my favorites.
It's the best. He's great in
He's
that
great.
movie.
He's
and
great.
you know who his character is in that movie, right?
No. Wait, no, it's the brother
Of
of what's his name from American Psycho?
Patrick Bateman.
Come on. Look
I
at
knew-
me pulling that out.
I thought you might know it because you love
Love American
you
Psycho.
love the Batemans.
Love me some Bateman.
Right.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You would date either Bateman brother.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super into that.
Yeah. So so that's where my love for the Dawson really. I didn't
Okay.
even watch Dawson's Creek.
So
But,
we get iconic Michelle Williams
So-
to do the audio.
and Michelle Williams is more of an icon than Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes kind of went,
Well, she married Tom Cruise. Wah, wah. Big mistake.
yeah, arranged marriage.
Yeah, she was interviewed.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Weird Scientology Life,
Right.
or Joker,
Right?
this
Right?
amazing artistic.
Yeah. And we lost the Joker. We lost Heath, but she still has a piece of Heath because she birthed his child.
Right.
Right. We got Matilda. So there's a whole.
I didn't know that kid's name, but
Oh,
that's
Matilda.
that's a good name.
It's a good name.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Come on. So good.
So
Naturally, they asked her to read Britney's book.
so of course they had. I didn't even know those two were friends.
I don't think they are.
Oh.
Did you just make that up?
I figured they was the only connected. There must be some kind of connective tissue
Maybe.
as to why else would Michelle Williams be reading Britney
I
Spears'
mean, you
book on
make a
tape.
good point. I don't think so.
I figured they were buds.
Maybe. I
Like
mean,
if I put out a book and I wasn't going to read it myself, I probably
want a friend to do it.
either get you or Kevin Pollak to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you love you some Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, just one of my buds.
Yeah.
But then this, I
Oh.
mean, piece of audio gold. I mean, this is all gold.
I just-
But this piece of audio gold, not that one.
She's reading a piece where Brittany's explaining something where her and Justin were together and what Justin said.
Right. Like I thought the most damning piece of audio in this book would be that Britney Spears was pregnant
Right, she had
and
an
Justin kind of
abortion,
pressured her to
And then she cried in the bathroom and he played the guitar. The whole thing is very bizarre.
he played the guitar. I didn't know all the details.
Yeah, she said she cried on the bathroom floor and he was just playing the guitar outside hanging out. Maybe he
For
was
her, or was he
It
just
didn't feel like it.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
Christ.
I haven't read it yet, but maybe I'll listen to Michelle Williams.
So Michelle Williams explains what happened as Britney Spears. I hope they do a movie and Michelle Williams plays Britney.
I think that we can do it. You know, now I'm looking at the two of them. It could happen.
Michelle Williams could play current day Britney for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Play the fucking audio, dude.
Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged-out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuwine. What's up, homie?"
Oh yeah, faux.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How many takes of that do you think she did? Like, do you think that she was like, "Let me try it this way. Let me try it this way." Do you think like that was the first one and she laughed at herself and was like, "Yeah, let's just keep it in."
Four shiz, not cut. It's
Yeah.
faux.
Yeah.
It's faux.
Genuine.
Genuine. Yeah, because she did have the inflection on genuine.
Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged-out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuwine. What's up, homie?"
What's up, homie? Genuine.
Also, nobody says faux shiz. Who says it? Like, no one I can't think of one human that would ever let that come out of their mouth, like, naturally.
No, even when it was like the beginning of the faux shiz movement, nobody would have said faux shiz.
Right, you do one faux shiz. You don't need a double.
Plus, it means for sure.
Right. So that's not a for sure moment.
Contextually, no.
But also, I was thinking about the fact, like, I'm bringing it back to Britney. So she's writing it with a ghostwriter, right? She's sitting there, like, she used those words, like, okay, so he walked up and what did he say? Was Britney like, oh, I think he said this?
No, that part, like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a ghostwriter, right? But, like, as there is in all these books.
Right.
That sounds like it came right from the
Justin-
mouth of Miss Spears. Like,
Okay.
that's her memory going, like, this is what that dude said.
Oh, yeah.
Faux shiz.
Genuine.
Because you never forget that. Like, that's one of those moments where...
She was like, oh, embarrassed to be with him.
Of course, because it's like, you would think if you're dating NSYNC era Justin Timberlake,
Right.
and it is 2000,
Right.
like, that's top of the heap.
Yeah.
Like, that's the man. He was pulling off Jerry curl afro,
was he though?
denim head to toe. It doesn't age well.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't age well.
Looks like pubic hair.
It's horrible.
Actually, it looks like beautifully manicured pubic hair.
That's right.
Like, if I were to, like, style pubic hair, if I had pubic hair, it would look like that.
You'd frost the tips?
Yeah, man. Put a little gel in there.
Sure.
Make sure every curl's perfection. I mean, come on.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, but like, but at least at the time, people still thought he was the man.
Yeah.
And
no.
girls still liked him and
Faux
everything.
shiz. Faux shiz.
Faux shiz.
Yeah.
People would come up to him and be like, oh, yeah, Justin Timberlake, faux shiz.
Genuine.
What up, homie?
I can't. The audio is my favorite thing I've heard
I
ever.
mean, because there's a melody.
Way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion.
Like, in my mind, I want to believe that Michelle Williams, this is why I want to believe that Michelle Williams and Britney Spears are friends.
Right. And they're laughing at him.
I want to believe that Michelle Williams went to Britney and said, so, like, I see, how did he say it?
And that's what Britney did.
100%.
Okay.
Like, when Michelle Williams says it, I believe in my heart, and I don't get worked.
No, you don't. We know that.
I know, like,
no one works you.
Right. Number one, this 100% happened.
Right.
As reported.
Right.
Like, there is no, like,
Right.
oh, Britney is just saying this. Oh, no.
No.
This happened.
Verbatim.
Verbatim?
Yes.
I want to talk to Genuwine
Yeah.
and go, remember when this happened? Because Genuwine will say, I absolutely remember when it happened.
Yeah, we do
It
need to get a
was
hold of him.
So cringe.
Okay.
This is cringe before cringe was like a thing.
It's the ick to the millionth percent. Wait, when you're doing something to the nth degree.
To the nth
millionth degree.
This is a strong enough ick.
It's giving me, like, I have douche chills right now. I don't really want to listen
And
to
that's
it anymore.
literally the hottest dude in the world
Yeah,
at that moment.
At that moment.
But even the hottest dude in the world cannot recover from that.
Did she go, what the fuck was that? After, like, when they walked away from Genuine.
Is that who you are?
What are you doing? Don't talk like that.
What are you doing?
Like an idiot. You're Jerry curl ass.
Yeah.
Faux shiz.
Shave that shit
Oh
off
my
your
God.
head. What the hell are you talking about?
He was flanked by 2 giant security guards.
She remembers the medallion.
Yeah.
She's blinged out. Security
She
guards.
had a lot of time in that cage to remember
That's
all
right.
of this.
That's right. It's like this was the memory that she could never escape.
Yeah.
Because she's probably thinking to herself, like, you know, like you guys think K-Fed was embarrassing. You don't know who Justin Timberlake was.
I interviewed him too, and it was amazing.
Popozal?
She talks about that too. She's like, bless his heart, which is like the most, like, when you talk down to somebody.
Right. That's the Southern way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bless
What
his
is that?
heart.
Why can't I think of words today? It's my job to do words.
Word.
When you talk down to someone, you
It's
are
like
condescending.
condescending.
It's like so condescending.
Yeah. Bless his heart is like,
his heart.
that's like saying fuck him.
Right. It's like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, bless
Oh,
his
they're
heart.
there.
But that's better than
Yeah.
going like, this is a thing that happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
she didn't have to put this in the book.
No.
And also just the fact, like, I go, oh no, this is in the book, everybody knows.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh no, even worse. She told Michelle Williams.
Yeah, you really have
From Dawson's Creek.
You've created this friendship and this relationship between these two women that I'm buying now.
100% there.
And I'm buying it more because you don't get worked because you take a beat. You're the beat master.
I take a beat. Because also they've both dealt with trauma.
Yes.
Like, Michelle Williams is a real one.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. this industry treats people terribly.
Right.
Right? She's seen how bad it gets. Britney's seen how bad it gets. Justin Timberlake still wants to be like Mr. Famous guy and is like, no, Hollywood's great,
Well,
man.
did you hear that he was allegedly is allegedly nervous that this book, this memoir, is screwing up his chances for him to like come back?
Is it screwing it up? I would say this. Faux shiz.
Call Genuwine.
Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuwine. What's up, homie?"
Oh, we forgot the what's up,
What's
homie.
up, homie? And also the way she says, he got all excited.
He got all excited, which is also sort of like bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
all
That's the guy from NSYNC. He's like excited because he saw Genuwine.
So much good audio.
And you know what she's saying. He's excited because like he wants to be cool
Yeah.
around Genuwine.
Genuwine.
Faux shiz.
There's so much good audio out right now.
And Genuwine would be like, hey, bud. Hey,
What's up?
what's up, dude?
And then that's when Britney hopefully gave him the death grip. You know, you've given your kids that. That's like, don't you come here. Don't you say that.
I don't know if I've had to do that, but I know you have.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a devil child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have to do it as much anymore, but there was a lot of.
Truth sayers. Yeah. Yeah. You got to silence them sometimes.
You do have to silence them.
So God bless. I mean,
Yeah.
faux shiz.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to read it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cover to cover?
Cover to cover. I've been in a big reading phase. And it's just been trying to calm me a little bit. I feel like instead of sitting down and watching mindless like housewives and shit, I've been reading and I've been enjoying it. It'll pass, but right now,
I mean, I
into it.
also like it does say a lot about you that you're like, no, I'm kind of in an intellectual phase right now. I'm going to read Britney Spears' book.
No, it's just that. No, I am reading other books, but that book is out, and I obviously am super interested.
Right.
I also feel like I know what half the book is, just like Jada Pinkett Smith's book. I feel like I know what half her book is.
But this is the best promotion ever because like you're like, I know what this book is,
Right.
and then you're like, did you know the faux shiz stories in there?
You
I
gotta
had no
go.
idea.
I mean,
Like that's worth purchasing, even if you've now heard everything,
Mm.
just to read and reread and reread because they would have to write faux shiz in there.
yeah, faux shiz.
I just
faux
keep
shiz.
reading it. Like
Does it say FO
apostrophe?
apostrophe?
Of course.
But how do we know? We don't have the book.
I mean, I would imagine there's some grammatic integrity to the book.
Faux shiz.
And faux is spelled FO apostrophe
And it's
because
supposed to be
you're
for. It's not the apostrophe before the F.
no, because you're the letter that you're taking out.
You put the apostrophe in for.
That's you're
Faux.
replacing and you're faux. Faux shiz.
What up, homie? Genuine.
Hey, for sure. What up, homie? Genuwine. And of all people, Genuwine.
Yeah. Like you got that excited over Genuine. There's so
Genuine.
many more famous people.
Yeah.
There's so many more people to freak out over.
But it was Genuwine
It was
in the early
Genuine.
2000s.
What did Genuine sing? I can't even think of anything.
Uh,
Ride it.
I think.
My
Pony.
pony.
Yeah. He was the fucking man for a second. I don't know if I would have gone that crazy
Over Genuine.
over but like for a second, he was like, yeah, he was the shit for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, but I have trouble.
Faux shiz, not for sure. It's faux shiz.
Did he say for shit? No. There was no R. He said faux shiz. Okay, Brittany. All right, I'm Michelle Williams, just checking with you
Yeah, just
because we're
wanna-
best friends.
Want the facts?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really do the celebrity memoir stuff.
Okay. I don't really either, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's Britney fucking Spears.
Yeah,
need to
I mean, I'm
read it.
interested.
Yeah. Maybe you should read it too.
And then we do like a book club.
Yeah.
Just
you and me.
We'll bring our books with our like post-its all over every page. Like, did you see this part?
I couldn't believe.
You're just looking for cringe stories.
Yeah. I'm in.
I mean, I just don't know how it could get more cringe than that. But I also don't really like the celebrity docs. Like everybody's talking about
Yeah.
this David Beckham.
It's pretty good.
Is it though? I mean,
It's good. And I'm not going to lie. I did start Kelsey.
what's Kelsey?
It's about Jason Kelsey, Travis's brother. And it's about the family, but it's just about.
Why is Jason getting a doc?
I don't know.
They have a podcast. Why do they need a doc?
I think he probably started a while ago, and it's sort of like how he went to win the Super Bowl and like deciding whether he should retire. And they're likable family, and he's a likable guy. And
Well, I don't mind that one because it's like I don't mind a sports documentary.
yeah,
And I would imagine the Jason Kelsey one is going to be sports
yeah,
sprinkled in with
yes,
we're
yes.
trying to get everybody in love with this whole family
Yes,
thing. Like,
and
here's
it's
the
not,
mom.
Not hard to love them.
No. Like, I love the Michael Jordan doc.
Yeah,
All 10 parts of it. That's the Bible for me.
Yeah, we
I love the OJ doc. The OJ doc is incredible.
I don't think I've seen the OJ.
What?
Did I
Made in
blow it?
America?
No.
It's a 5-parter, 10 hours long.
How much much OJ can we do? How many years
Bro,
ago was this?
I have watched the OJ doc series multiple times
You
through.
have?
You know that TV series they made about OJ?
No. Oh, yes, I love
American
that.
Crime Story?
With what's her name? I loved what's her name? Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
who
Paulson
played
is Marsha Clark.
Yeah, it was
they
great.
fucked up Marsha Clark. That wasn't right with what the country did to her.
No, I agree.
She was in a tough spot.
She was, and her hair was.
And that guy at the grocery store talking about her period was not cool.
Her hair was sort of like a long Justin Timberlake.
It was.
2000s.
It was. It was. It was. But she wasn't ready for the spotlight either.
No,
she
she
didn't know
wasn't.
she'd be judged like this.
She was the woman, though.
Well, kind of, but she lost.
She did lose, but I mean, I
The
felt like.
easiest case ever.
Yeah. I just felt like she was like all hands on deck. I feel like she tried really hard.
She didn't have a lot to work with.
Correct.
You know, the Chris Darden running around here going like, no, we're definitely doing the glove thing. Like, don't get worked, Chris. He got worked.
Worked hard.
Like, what are you doing, Chris? Just listen to Marsha.
Yeah, she knows what's going on. Look at those curls.
And he was trying to shoot a shot with Marsha,
Yes,
and it
he
blew it.
did.
After he got worked by F. Lee Bailey or whatever his name was.
I don't remember F. Lee Bailey.
Yeah, the older of the attorneys.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
like, yeah, no, that's an
Nah.
ick. That's an ick.
That's the biggest thing.
That's a big ick. Yeah, no, I've watched that American Crime Story the
Okay.
whole season.
Okay.
I mean,
There's a lot out
close
there.
to 5 times.
I don't rewatch things often.
I've watched the whole OJ, drama series multiple times and the OJ doc series multiple times.
Okay.
When I'm on an airplane, there's very few things better than that OJ doc
Really?
series because it's like it's the greatest story ever. It's the most American story.
It is. I
Like-
mean, when I was in school, I don't remember what grade I was in. I'm sure we could figure it out. But like, I remember being in class. I can see it right now, and they were.
Well, you repeated a bunch of grades.
No, I
meant.
didn't.
Okay.
They wheeled in televisions, like
Yeah.
wheeled in them to every classroom for us to watch the verdict.
And by the way, that was just for the teachers because we weren't that old.
Yeah, no, I might have been like in 3rd grade, maybe 4th grade,
Like we weren't that old.
5th grade. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It just was. I remember being like, "Whoa!" Like got stuck in my head.
It was a celebrity murder trial.
Yeah,
there
like-
was no reason for the children to watch.
Zero reason, but that's how big of a deal it was.
Except for the white teachers to then talk about how the justice system is broken.
Broken. It's such a shame.
Yeah, but the sort of newer trend of the celebrity docs
Yeah.
and the pop star docs I
Yeah.
cannot do.
No.
Where they show like just enough of like, you know, you might not know it, but they really had to work hard.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not showing any of the real problems.
No.
You're not showing like I'm not
And we've seen it so many times. Tales all the time. Like we
Never
like,
Say Never was the biggest.
never say never.
I mean, horseshit.
You love you some Justin Bieber.
Horse
He's the man.
duty. I'm sure Justin Bieber is a great person.
There was a lot of good Justin Bieber costumes that I saw. A lot of people dressed as Justin Bieber when he
Now?
showed up. Yeah, no. Yeah. On Halloween, there was a lot of people that dressed up as Justin in that sweatshirt with the hat when he showed up to Haley's like event. She's like in this beautiful little dress and he looks like he just rolled out of bed. And it's so good.
It's dope as hell, but I'm surprised that people are dressing up as Justin Bieber in 2023.
I agree. It's just this. He looked like an asshole. Oh my God, there's more information about my friend, Matt's friend's dead.
What is it?
Dead.
Actually, the first one is dead.
No, no, they're telling us when the funeral is. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we have the.
Thought I had to react to that right now. Yeah.
Can we please discuss what I sent you the other day? Because you said you knew the story.
So I says.
So you says to him, I need to know. I need to know what.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
You talking about this?
Taste the honey sauce.
Yeah.
Honey sauce.
Taste the goodness
The icons of the
biscuit
internet?
with the honey sauce.
The goodness that I saw this and I sent it to you.
Toasters
Get
and
that
moose.
honey sauce on me.
Oh.
I don't like the
Look
way
at the attitude. Look at the
it tastes with my
spunk.
Chicken wings.
And she's in the chicken wings, and she's double fisting the mic, like
You know
she's
she is.
feeling it.
Taste the biscuit.
There's a real sexual vibe.
Taste the goodness.
I don't know
of
if
the
she's
biscuit.
toasters or if she's moose.
Why are they in like a department
Taste the
store?
butter spread.
So like
Taste the goodness.
I
of
don't
the
want to
biscuit
taste your
with
butter
the
spread
butter
on
spread.
butter.
I do.
Oh, poor guy.
Get your butter spread all on me. I don't like
That might
the
be
way
moose.
it
I think that's
mixes with
toasters.
my mac and cheese.
I don't know. With my mac and cheese.
I mean, I love me some mac and cheese.
When you're a
Oh, that
KFC,
guy is just back and forth to show
In the
their
thrift store.
Okay, it's a thrift store. What's happening here? I sent it to you. I saw it forever ago. Then it popped up again in my algo.
So this is one of those like clips, I feel like, just icons of the internet. I remember, I think during the pandemic.
This came out?
No, it didn't come out. This came out in like 2010 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. This
I'm
is
that late on it?
No, it's not that you're that late. It's just that it keeps having another life.
Okay.
Right? So like, I feel like there just keeps being more waves. This is one of those memes that will not go away. So there are new audiences for it at all times.
Okay. I'm a new audience member.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Because when it comes back, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with like memes having these cyclical lives because they're so good.
Yeah.
That when they come back into our lives,
They're just
it's
eternal.
like, oh, I forgot how great this was.
Don't ever go
And then I
away.
start going back. That's what I was literally doing this last night. I was going back over like all of the interviews with these two.
See, I don't know. I thought this was like just a joke. I didn't know that there was an actual story.
There's a whole thing. Like, I love deep dives.
You do.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't even know where to start to research them.
toasters and moose.
So you looked up that. See, now I'm the moron. This is why I didn't do great at school. I would have Googled probably biscuit and honey sauce.
Well, there's like clues. There's context clues.
Yeah.
In here, you know. I mean, I think really the clear one is the guy walking through
With the sign.
with the banner, because you go like,
But for-
okay, like the first thing that I do is look up the song, because you try to look up the original source. You try to find the original source,
Okay.
and then like you see this dude back here that says Toasters and Moose. And it's like 2009 Rock Your Body. It's like, okay, 2009. Now we've got a time period for it. And also, I don't know what Toasters and Moose is because they're talking about Taste the Biscuit, right?
Also, horrible signage. He could have at least come in front of the clothes, the racks, right? He had to go behind them. We couldn't even see it very well.
I don't know. Maybe they were closer to the racks. It's hard to tell. The depth of field isn't clear.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, you're right.
Like,
You're right. There's not enough
Maybe
room.
the pants are much closer to this gentleman.
Right.
Moose, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, he's moose and she's toaster.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Than we realized. So the whole thing, and what makes this whole thing so brilliant,
Yeah.
is that it's a total work of fiction.
It's not real.
No,
They're a joke.
it's a total joke.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So-
I wanted them to be real.
So this guy, but it is to me like deeply fascinating to find out how these things are born. This guy, in 2009, 2008, whenever it was, wrote a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie, I wrote down the name. I don't remember if I must have written it down in my notes app and didn't transfer it over into the book.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I have a whole thing. Chickens in the Shadow was the name of the movie.
Chickens in the Shadow.
Chickens in the Shadow.
Okay.
The entire movie's on YouTube.
Okay.
It was uploaded 2 years ago during the last wave
Yeah.
of Toasters and Moose. During the pandemic, he was like, whatever, I'll just upload the whole movie on YouTube. And it has found an audience. And like the comments are great. It says, Tasting the Biscuit brought me here, but I'm going to stay for Chickens in the Shadow. Okay. And I'm like, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
Right. So he wrote this movie about this like whatever 70s disco type band
Yeah.
called Toasters and Moose
Okay.
that he made up.
It's not real.
No, it's not
Oh,
real.
It's ruining my life.
And the movie is basically the story of them trying to get back on the road. And
this is them getting back on
do
the
a
road
reunion. Yeah.
from a thrift shop?
So this is actually the original video, which includes the beginning of the scene. That's a scene from the movie.
Okay. Got it now. Oh, wow. Oh.
So it's a whole narrative.
It's a whole movie.
story. It's like
Oh.
it's like a movie. It's like a
Movie.
like a movie.
I'm not homeless. Okay, also, what the fuck was that?
That's
I'm
the guy.
not homeless.
That's the guy on the keyboard.
Yes, with his
People-
Casio.
Right. So they used to be big shit.
But he's extra angry that she would ever think that he was
Why
homeless.
do you think I'm homeless? I used to be in Toasters and Moose.
Singing about biscuits.
Take about Taste the Biscuit with the
Yeah.
honey sauce.
And that honey sauce and the butter spread.
Yeah, the butter
Chicken
spread with
wings.
my mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Oh no! So okay, like if they have offspring,
Yeah.
Hey, come on, grab your stuff. I got
That's
us a
their
place
manager.
to play.
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's
See, it's like
place called
bad
Dante's
acting.
or
It's
something.
brilliant. It's the most brilliant thing.
what is
And
it?
they only allowed us to do one song. So we gotta make it a good one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen to that music. So 70s.
It's got to be a good one. What is it going to be? We found this gig.
Taste the biscuit.
Oh!
They're back!
Let's of the biscuit.
Oh! See, now aren't you already kind of on board with where this movie's
I'm
going?
a little bit on board, but like, let's say
little
that
bit.
these people have children, right? Like, and that meme is that meme or that little clip that is just living on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, aren't you like, that's so freaking embarrassing that you did that, mom or dad?
Okay, well, get this. This is going to blow your mind, too. I feel like, part of what makes Satisfying as a podcast so satisfying
Right.
is our electric chemistry.
I mean, it is electric.
There's a real will they or won't they vibe
Right.
to all of our conversations. It's like a modern day moonlighting, you see?
Yeah.
And Toasters and Moose has that same
Okay.
raw,
Yeah.
sexual
Right.
connection.
Feel that electricity.
Because they're not a couple.
A couple.
You thought they were.
I thought they
just
were.
because of the chemistry that radiates off the screen when they're talking about tasting biscuits.
Right. So much biscuit tasting.
Move over a little bit this way. Just a smidge. Thank you.
Sorry.
So,
Because I slowly.
you've been slowly making your way over here. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's because I'm
you're good.
watching
You're
the
perfect.
biscuit.
You're perfect.
Okay.
Right there. Right there.
Sorry.
Now you're tasting the biscuit.
Now the biscuit is fully in my mouth.
So I was. That's right.
I couldn't help it. Sorry.
Which is so great because like biscuit can mean literally anything. In some places, biscuit means a Rolex. Did you get a biscuit?
Oh.
This is my biscuit.
Also, couldn't a biscuit be like just like money?
A biscuit could mean money. A biscuit could mean a gun. Drop the biscuit.
I don't know about that.
100%.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
100%. Dr. Dre and
Oh, okay.
stop. Drop the biscuit.
Yeah, but you would never say like, "Hey, I'm going to work today to make the biscuits," right?
To make the biscuit. And then when she's singing about it, because she's got such just like a charisma about her,
does.
you're like, oh, biscuit is a euphemism.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking about
Sex?
sex? Yeah.
I don't know if sex is either of you, but
Which part is the biscuit?
yeah. And
I
what
need
is
to
the
know,
honey sauce?
What am I tasting?
No.
What am I agreeing to?
And she says the sweetness of the honey sauce,
Right. Because like the way she's moving
It's
and
not
stuff,
sweet. I mean, it can be, but it's not.
I'm like, I think I want to do it, but I don't want to get in over my head here.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, this is actually wildly sexual.
It's wildly sexual. And I was watching an interview they did 2 or 3 years ago with Mario Lopez.
Of course you were. Because they had their like one moment of fame.
Right. During the pandemic.
Right.
People didn't know what to do. They were trying to keep their shows on the air. This went viral again.
Right.
So Toasters and Moose started doing Zoom interviews with Mario Lopez.
I mean,
of
I
all
would get them
people.
on the show if we could.
Right. So I bet we could. So
Wouldn't be that hard.
So-
Wouldn't be a big ask.
it was real weird. Like my take on watching them was like, they were like, are you guys a couple? And they were like, whatever. They were like a couple of weirdos.
Like trying to play it off.
But it was like very much like the dude was like, and the woman was like, no. It was that energy where
Right.
the dude was like, I don't know, I guess not yet. And the woman was like,
No,
not now, not never.
Never happening.
Not never.
You
not
have-
never. Focus.
Focious, you ain't never tasted
Right.
my biscuit.
Right. No.
Not happening.
Not with honey sauce.
No.
You know why? Because I don't like the way it tastes.
No.
With my chicken wings. And they asked her in the interview too. They were like, and what's the deal? And I felt kind of bad.
Okay.
Because they go, okay, like, what's the deal with this song? And they're like, we didn't write the song. The guy who wrote the movie wrote
We're
the song.
just the actors.
Like, we're just the actors.
I still would be embarrassed if that was my mother.
They go, what's the deal with the dance? And she goes, that's just how I dance.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're not
So it's-
acting?
Right. So it's not all lost. They go, what's the deal with the dance? She goes, I dance like that.
That is who I am when I'm on the dance floor.
I dance like that.
That's how I break it down.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right. So a young man had a dream to be an independent filmmaker. He wanted to tell this story that he created of Toasters and Biscuits.
It worked out a little bit.
Not really, because nobody knows it's a movie. They're just like, who are these people
Or these biscuit people.
singing in a thrift store about Taste the Biscuits?
It's so good though. And as soon as I saw it, the fact that like the first person I thought of was you, I mean, doesn't that just make you so happy?
Because you knew. I'm like, not only would I be in, but odds are
You've seen it.
I've seen it. I know everything about it.
Yeah.
Like it's very, I mean, this is it's my,
Yeah.
like I'm sitting here going like I feel like a bad person because I can't get into Ted Lasso at all.
You can't?
No, I mean, no.
I hate your guts.
Right. Like, I feel like these are the things that make me feel like a bad person. Like,
You should be. That's the most wholesome, happy, feels like a warm hug show of all time.
yeah, but that's what happens. They go like, here's a problem. It's a kind of problem for this beautiful white person. And I'm like, let me guess. It'll work out fine.
Did you see Ryan from the Morning Mashup? He dressed as Ted Lasso for Halloween today. He grew an actual mustache for it.
I like when people have that level of commitment.
Right?
When people will grow the mustache, will taste the biscuit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would say to him. Way to taste the biscuit,
Yeah,
dude.
you know what?
You did that shit.
Let's make Taste the Biscuit happen.
Yeah, way to taste the biscuit.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Way to make it happen. Way to do it.
Way to do it. Way to taste the
Killed
biscuit.
it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. No, I felt like we lost the great Matthew Perry. Rest in peace. People were all tweeting their favorite moments from Friends and everything.
No. You didn't feel it?
I can't get into that show at all. What's your favorite moment from Friends? The last episode. Like,
You can't.
I can't
you
do
wanna
it.
know the truth?
What?
I didn't watch Friends either. Look at that. Taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit.
I've seen episodes, but like I never was like someone who sat down and watched.
And I never
Friends.
would. I never would.
I mean, I would. It's just like the time has passed, and I know like during the pandemic, like we were saying, like that's one of the shows that retrended, just like The Office, and people watched it,
Right.
And like a whole new audience got into it. But I don't know. I mean, like I know they're beloved characters. I've laughed before, but it's not something that I ever sat down and watched religiously. No.
Never.
No.
Never. And people are like, oh, you just don't like sitcoms.
No.
But I watched The Office over and over and over again.
I mean, it's just marinated in awkwardness. That's why you like it.
Do you not like The Office?
Drenched.
I
love The Office.
I love The Office.
the
Like, it's
greatest.
the one show where I've watched a full rewatch, and that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it is a lot of episodes.
It's crazy. And like, I'll get to the last episode and go, I think I'm gonna start again.
Yeah, I may or
I think
may.
I'm not gonna wait a year or 2 years.
No.
I think I'm
Let's
just gonna
just
go back
right
to
to the
season
be-
one.
yeah.
Which, you know, the thing about The Office though is season one is not great. You have to go like, just deal with it. They
were getting their footing,
not
right?
great.
Because it was a British show, so this
Right.
was like, they were trying to figure it out.
halfway through season two, it starts to get good. And then it doesn't, people think that it got bad right after Steve Carell. That's not true. But like the last half of a season, like
Yeah.
at least the last 10 episodes or so
Yeah,
are like hideous. They're
yeah.
awful.
Okay. Well, you can't. That's why you always want to end a show like when you're on top, like when people want one more season. That's when you're supposed to end.
Right. Like, yeah, The Office, it's like the first 10 and the last 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, you do it because you owe it to the show.
Right. But
I'm not
not
going to just skip these episodes.
No.
But everything in between is
You're
just
like,
like a delicious
Yeah.
biscuit with honey
It
sauce.
really is. I taste it. I mean, I may or may not have a fantasy about Prison Mike. I'm just.
You like Prison
I
Break.
do like it. I like the gruel. I like everything about Prison.
Would you do you think like if you and Steve Carell, because Steve Carell's a daddy,
He is.
you know, he's got that thing.
But I'm watching the morning show now. I know I'm late on that, and like
I don't like it.
he's gross, and
Right.
then he's Matt Lauer. So, literally,
Yeah, but you know what? Before Matt Lauer got caught, he was a daddy too.
he was
Right.
hardcore. I
Big
was
time.
super duper into him.
And then, oh, the paparazzi got me without a shirt on again. Like, dude, you're an amazing shape.
Yeah, amazing.
By the way, there's something that gives me big Matt Lauer vibes. I'll tell you about after the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
but and I think you'll agree with me.
Okay.
But yeah, no, if you were with Steve Carell, do you think you'd be like, hey man, what do you think about putting on a purple bandana for mommy?
I mean,
Would you ask him to?
I feel like I'd have to shoot my shot.
You'd have to.
Also, you want to know a funny story about Steve Carell? You remember I was the receptionist before I was on the air at SiriusXM. I was there before it was SiriusXM, when it was just Sirius Satellite
Sirius.
Radio. I was at the front desk. I was getting done with being at the front desk. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was a little salty. And Steve Carell came in and said, hi. And I was at bitch mode. I was done. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I was bitter. So I was like, name. And he was like, Steve Carell. And I called whoever he was there for. And I was like, have a seat. I couldn't have been ruder. And like,
Steve Carell.
that was my moment with Steve Carell.
He's been a treasure from the beginning.
But he was just about to be a treasure.
He was a treasure on the Daily Show.
I blew it. I know I blew it.
I would have stopped you. I'm like, 40-year-old virgin. He was already a treasure.
And he was
Kelly Clarkson.
He was acting like this. He was just like, he was acting like Steve Carell. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like he didn't like this bitch. Is she really gonna talk to me like this? He was just so like, why are you being so mean to me? Like that's the vibe I was getting from him, and I'll never ever forgive myself.
Wasn't that in Knocked Up? Was that Steve Carell?
Well, I don't know what year was it. So I started.
But no. There's a scene in Knocked Up.
Oh, okay.
Where when what's the actress's name in Knocked Up? The blonde?
Katherine Heigl?
Katherine Heigl. When I was about to call her Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Not even close.
Katherine Heigl. When Katherine Heigl is all pregnant on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I think it's Steve Carell that she's like, get over here, give me an interview. And Steve's like, I have to go. Like I'm getting the exact same vibe.
But now I'm trying to wonder because I started there in 2005 at the front desk. So like when was it that he came in and what had he been in? When was 40-year-old virgin?
I would guess he was in to promote Little Miss Sunshine.
You think so?
Because that was like...
And I'm just throwing him to the side, telling him to sit the fuck down.
He probably had already done 40-year-old virgin.
Right? But how did I not know? Because I love 40-year-old virgin. How did I not look at him and be like, this is the virgin?
You were probably in a state and you didn't realize that he was going to keep being a thing.
I was not tasting the biscuit.
You weren't tasting the biscuit in the moment.
No.
Before we wrap things up, we should real quick shout out this dude right here.
What happened? He's like...
Hasan Minhaj?
Yeah.
Bro.
Is everything going to be okay for him?
Well, I think so, but people love like canceling people so much that they don't like to acknowledge when they were wrong. And like, you know, we did a whole thing. I uploaded a clip. It was like, so I think this was kind of genius the way he did it.
Okay.
So, you know, the story is that we talked about it on one of the pilot episodes.
We did. It was a pilot.
It was a pilot episode. I don't even know if we were technically satisfying yet.
No, but that's okay.
That's okay. We hadn't yet tasted the biscuit.
Oh, now we are.
So Hasan, an article came out in the New Yorker that was basically painting Hasan Minhaj as somebody who had used racism and the idea of it to his advantage, meaning that he had told stories that embellished and faked it so that he could victimize himself.
Correct.
Whether in his stand-up or on his Netflix show or whatever.
Said that so beautifully. I never could have gotten that whole thing out as well as you did. Such a professional broadcaster.
I appreciate that. We all have our skills.
We do.
I can orate, and you're just an amazing, talented person.
Okay,
I have to be able to speak like this.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else. Nothing.
Okay, so what did he say? And do we believe what he's saying?
I believe him because he had all the receipts.
Oh, he did?
This dude showed up. First of all,
love that.
Here is the genius of Hasan. They go, he was in line for The Daily Show.
Yes.
This article comes out that is going like Hasan and his emotional truths. Yeah. Because he said that he had changed certain details and facts to better illustrate emotional truths to what he was saying.
Right.
And the way that they used his quotes and phrased emotional truths, it was almost like somebody saying, I'm just a big liar without admitting it. Right. They really made emotional truths into a thing where it was like there was no way you could read that article and not trash Hasan.
Correct.
Which was what the conversation that we had. Because I do think that there is a thing with comedians where they get real comfortable lying in all circumstances and just going, it's because we're stand-ups.
Or if you're telling a story and like one aspect of it, you like embellish a little, and maybe not using racism, but like we all exaggerate a little bit, but not at the expense of somebody.
And they made it seem like he was embellishing at the expense of somebody and that he had like practically doxed somebody, right? So he shows up. And to me, the most brilliant part of all of this is if you look at the graphic here, right?
Yeah.
He made it look like The Daily Show.
Oh my god!
It's 20 minutes long. It's a full story that he breaks it all down.
Yeah, but not everybody would know that.
But in your head, not everybody would. Again,
it's fucking brilliant.
No one's gonna work me, okay?
No, I clearly
the way
you're unworkable.
Exactly. The way he made this video.
This is so cool.
It was so in the head of somebody like Nicole Biggins,
right.
You just watch it and you're like, oh, this is just Hasan telling me this 20-minute story about what happened with photographic evidence that are in the corner at this desk, the way someone sits at a desk. And then in a different thought, you go, he would be good to host The Daily Show.
Do you think they would ever, after this, now bring him back and be like,
100%.
okay,
Because he had the receipts. Because he
redemption.
goes, and not only does he go like, he took his time, again, you know what he did? He took a beat. He took a beat. He didn't just start tweeting, these are lies, these aren't true.
Okay, yes, because he probably wanted to. He probably felt that, but
Yep.
he took the beat.
He took a beat. He said, you all can say whatever you want. Satisfying, you can put out whatever clips you want.
Right.
That's fine. But I am coming. You just wait,
Yeah.
right? And so he shows up here, right? He does his Daily Show tryout. Because it looked like he was going to get it. And then the Daily Show, after the article comes out, and it got all this feedback.
I'm like happy for him right now.
You love a redemption.
I do.
The Daily Show goes, we're going back to doing the guest hosts again. Like they were going to stop doing guest hosts and announced a permanent host. But then they go, we're going to go back to doing guest hosts.
Do you think
for
to
a
give
while.
themselves time, they're buying time because they might be bringing him?
People were like, he's lost the gig. I said no.
No.
They're seeing how they're seeing how this pans out, right? So Hasan does this fake Daily Show where not only does he explain, here is why I said emotional truths.
Mm-hmm.
Here is he's like, I am going to emphasize, I don't care about the prom. I'm a man of a certain age.
Yeah.
I have a wife. I have children.
Yeah.
I am not hung up on the prom.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
this article made it seem like I
Right.
had used racism
Right.
that hadn't happened to further my cause. I said in the special that this thing happened when I was on the front step. I told them it didn't happen when I was on the front step. It happened 2 days before.
Oh.
It happened 2 days
So they
before.
picked
But-
and chose what they wanted.
They put in the article it didn't happen on the front step. They didn't mention that it had happened 2 days before.
So just blatant lies.
So he is just kind of going,
Good for
no,
him.
no, it didn't happen on the front step, but it did happen.
Right.
And they report, Hasan told us it didn't happen on the front step. So we're all like, if that shit didn't happen on the front step, why'd you say it happened?
And where they said it, was this like a
And Hasan goes, you know why you should believe me that I told them in the interview?
why?
Here's the audio.
Yes.
And he's got all the quotes.
Are you joking?
He recorded. That's the quote from the New Yorker. And then he plays the audio of his interview with the reporter, which you should always record
You need the
when a
receipts.
reporter. Then
Wow.
then he goes, and then I was accused of like doxing, and I was accused of this. He pulls up emails.
I'm in love with this man.
He pulls up emails from like 2014 to the ex-girlfriend prom date, and from the ex-girlfriend prom date, blacks out her name and everything, so that her identity is not exposed.
Oh, the New Yorker's going down.
But goes, here is why she wasn't. Not only did I congratulate her when she got married, but there's this quote where she goes, "My parents have come a long way," and he goes, She's said
saying it.
her parents had come a long way
From acting like that.
from racism.
Oh dear.
So he does, and I mean, look,
And this is all because he took a beat.
because he took a beat. It's 20 minutes long. I didn't watch the whole 20
Okay,
minutes.
but
I'm not gonna-
whatever.
but well produced. It's gonna make people think, yeah, he'd be good on the Daily Show. It looks like,
Mhm.
and he's got all the evidence and all the receipts to the point where you're like,
I don't trust anyone anymore.
why do you do this? Why do reporters of mainstream outlets, why do you guys do this?
Because everyone's looking for the story. And if you don't have a story, you got to make one up. Right? It's like why when I'm doing my trending reports.
It's you're destroying people.
I agree. But like when I'm doing my trending reports where I'm looking for celebrity news and celebrity gossip, half the time I'm hysterically laughing because there's headlines that aren't a headline.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
not a headline.
Right.
You're just grappling at like anything.
Right. Or you go, according to tweets, this is happening. And you're like, that's like reporting a human being that exists thought this.
Correct.
A tweet is not a news source.
This sounds like something that could happen in theory.
People outraged by who's outraged? These 3 Twitter users.
They are.
Right.
They.
You might as well go to a park
Yeah.
and find 3 random people that are going, I don't like this.
I couldn't be more with you.
And then write an article about it. What are
Also,
we doing?
I'm hoping that this teaches everyone a lesson.
It won't.
If you're in the public eye, but I'm just saying for like the entertainers, right?
Oh,
like the
okay.
creators to be like, I need to keep the receipts, all of them in every circumstance.
Everything needs to be kept. You need your insurance always. Yeah.
Now
'Cause
I'm freaked out.
It's not. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
There's so much that it could cancel me. So much.
Me too.
Okay.
All of us. None of us.
Yeah.
None of us. And that's why you can never root for somebody to get destroyed unless it's a Bill Cosby, a Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, it's just
somebody like that, where
blatant.
it's like you have done crimes and destroyed lives.
Yes. Yes.
That is not like, come on, it's in the past. Like, no.
Come on.
Those are
Come on.
on. Those are crimes
Yeah.
that destroyed lives. That's very different from Kevin Hart tweeting
I
a
know.
joke
Yeah.
that was appropriate at the
The
time.
time.
And that's the other thing. It's like, if I'm going to apologize for the joke,
Mm-hmm.
I want all of you
Yes.
that were logged onto Twitter to apologize for not being outraged back then.
Yeah, you weren't outraged.
Did you
You're
laugh?
only outraged now because the climate is different. The environment is different, and we all have different ways of thinking.
That's why, I mean, it goes back, but man, Patrice O'Neal, every single time something like this happens,
Yeah.
you go back to Patrice O'Neal on Fox News. It was his last Fox News appearance.
Yeah.
They stopped having him back. But it is so, like, and it is still, all
Epic.
these years later, he goes on and he's with this, like, sort of feminist activist person.
Right.
That's, like, wants people to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrice is there to advocate for people to be able to try to make an attempt to express themselves.
Okay.
And
What did he say?
she starts going, you know, he advocated to assault women.
Oh.
And Patrice is like, what? And she's like, he advocated to hit women. And he goes, no, that's the donkey punch. And she's like, he goes, no, that's the donkey punch. And she's like, he said you should punch a woman in this or kick a woman's leg. And he goes, that's not the donkey punch. That's the angry pirate.
Oh.
And ejaculate in their eye. And the host is going, you can't say that. And he's like, yes, you can. You can. And he's like, no, I mean, you can't say that on television.
But he's like,
You
yes, I
can't."
can.
And then the cameramen start laughing.
Oh no.
And the cameraman laughing is the best
Oh.
because Patrice immediately snaps out of it. And then he goes, why are you guys laughing? She's offended. And
Made
you
a good
instantly
point.
go like, oh, because we're not Patrice. And we're not the woman who's like,
Yeah.
trying to police everybody. We're the camera people.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're the ones laughing. Like, if we could study this and realize,
Yeah.
because when people see these debates, they go, well, am I Patrice or am I the person? And it's
Right,
like,
right,
no.
no.
Almost always.
We're the cameramen
We're the cameramen.
and women.
And women. We're the camera people.
We're the camera peeps.
We're the camera peeps. And we're just laughing at the funny jokes
Right.
that we know
Or
don't
just
have
jokes.
They don't
Yes.
have malintent. I mean, if you're
Side note, isn't a donkey punch or kick, isn't that just a kick in the vagina? Isn't that a vag kick or punch?
no,
Did I make that up?
I believe a donkey punch is when you reach climax and you're hitting from behind and you punch the woman in
Never heard this one.
in the head, maybe.
And then I've heard them all.
Yeah. No, there's a whole
Okay.
bit that Patrice did.
Okay. Love you, Patrice.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
Yeah.
What did we learn today?
We learned a lot. We learned to always
Take a beat.
Take a beat. We learned that
Taste the biscuit.
to taste the biscuit every single time.
Keep the receipts.
Keep the receipts. Respect for people who actually grow mustaches.
Mm.
By the way, do you know it's a pet peeve of mine when women wear fake facial hair?
What do you mean?
I
Like
get-
if I had my costume and I had facial hair on it?
I get bothered by it. Like when you and Matt dressed up,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because there's a picture. I was like, oh, that's great because Matt was Bob Ross and you're the painting.
Painting.
If you had been Bob Ross and put on a fake beard, I'd be like, what the fuck?
just offend you.
It'd be annoying.
Don't like it.
I don't know what it is. There's something
that bitch
in that
with a
visual. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a mustache?
Okay.
It's gross.
I'll remember that. Keep that in my back pocket.
Yeah, it is. And so now you've learned,
I've learned
something else. I appreciate you so much, Nicole.
I
Don't
adore you.
forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're getting very close. I'm just really happy
Yeah?
with the amount of people who supported us in our first week of existence.
It's amazing.
On this channel.
So much love.
We're inching close to that primary goal that any YouTuber has of 1,000 subscribers.
Nice.
We're getting there. We're closer than I thought we would be in the first week.
Let's keep it
So I
going,
was very
baby.
happy. Make sure you hit subscribe. Tell your friends about it. We'll keep the content going. We'll keep videos popping up on the channel throughout the week of clips from the show, and then be back here every Thursday morning for another episode of Satisfying. You can also follow us across the board on all social media. If you go to satisfyingpod.com, it'll take you to all those links.
Hey.
So you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twix,
Facebook,
Facebook,
all the things.
whatever you want. Last week, Nicole and I did an Instagram live as well.
Oh, it was so fun.
That was a lot of fun. That's
was.
saved on the Satisfying Podcast Instagram page if you want to go back and watch that. Nicole was had a couple drinks.
Just a few.
I could tell. I look in her eyes. I could see it. I
Like
thought it was great.
3 or
Big deal.
4.
Big deal.
That's who I am.
What of it?
Love me or leave me.
I would never leave.
Good.
And you should never leave either. Thank you guys so much. This has been real satisfying.
Oh, God, I feel
been great.
good. I feel
Yeah.
so much better.